Have you ever looked at your life and thought, why am I doing everything right, but still feel exhausted? You are productive, you show up, you hit your deadlines, you exercise, and you eat relatively well. And yet, you wake up tired, you crash in the afternoon, you feel wired at night, but can't switch off. So let me ask you this honestly. What if your exhaustion isn't because you're doing too little, but because you've been operating on the wrong system this whole time? Most high-performing women I work with, they don't have a discipline problem. They are solving the wrong problem. You've been taught to measure progress through output, productivity, and consistency, but no one taught you how to create energy stability, how your body communicates when it needs support, and what it looks like when you're running on empty. So you keep pushing, thinking that you are doing the right thing, not realizing the very behaviors that make you high functioning are the same ones slowly draining you. So the approach is wrong, not you. You don't have an energy problem. You have an energy leak. So it's not too late and you're not too old. Your body hasn't given up on you. It has been waiting for you to give it what it actually needs. And this is what we'll be going through in this video. Hi, my name is Thien. I lived like this over 10 years ago. I was the person who pushed harder when things got hard. Skipping meals, skip rest. I told myself that is what it took. And for a while, it worked until my body stopped cooperating. I kept falling sick. My energy was really unpredictable. And I was doing more, but getting less in return. And that is when I finally asked the right question. Not how do I push harder, but what does my body actually need to perform optimally? And everything changed when I stopped treating my body as a problem and started treating it as an engine. I felt better in my 30s now than I ever did in my 20s. Not by doing more, but by finally doing what my body was actually asking for. And that is what I now teach high-performing women over 8 countries to do. Here's what I notice in the women I work with. On the surface, the question sounds like, why am I so tired? Why doesn't anything work anymore? But underneath that, the real fear is this. What if I'm too late? What if I'm too old for this change? And what if this is just how I am wired? And I hear from these women across 8 countries now. Different backgrounds, different body, but the same fear. And here's what I want you to hear. Your body has been speaking to you this whole time. You just weren't taught how to listen. High achievers are the best at making exhaustions look like competence. Pushing through when you're empty is not strength. That is your body asking to be heard. Think about a high-performance car. You can have the most powerful engine in the world, a supercar, but if you run on it on the wrong fuel, like a diesel, it won't perform. It will break down. It won't even start. And that is not a bad car. And the engine is not broken. Just that the fuel is wrong. You're using diesel on a supercar engine. So our body is the same. You're not broken, you're not behind, and you're not failing. You are running your engine on the wrong fuel with no one to show you what the right ones look like. High functioning burnout is when your performance stays high, but your body is quietly breaking down underneath. You can still show up, but it costs you more every single day. And the reason why high achievers miss it is that you've been trained to push through discomfort. You delay rest. You override the signals. Because those traits got you results, but the same identity that helped you succeed can also be the reason that you burn out. So let me walk you through the 4 early warning signs that most people ignore until it is too late. Sign number 1. You rely on stimulation just to function. Coffee in the morning, something sweet in the afternoon, scrolling or Netflix at night just to unwind. That feels really normal. But if you're honest, you don't quite feel like yourself without it. So what is actually happening here? Your body isn't producing stable energy anymore. So instead, you rely on external stimulation just to stay functional. Caffeine to wake you up, sugar to push through, dopamine to help you relax and wind down. But that is not energy. That is compensation. It's like using credit card every time you run out of cash. It works until the bill show up. So you're not running on energy. You're running on stimulation. So ask yourself honestly, do I feel like myself without caffeine, without the sugar, or am I just getting through the day? Sign number 2. Your performance is still high, but everything feels heavier. You're still showing up, you're performing, you're still getting results, but internally everything feels harder. It takes longer for you to complete a simple task, making a small decision. And this one is dangerous because on the surface, everything looks fine. But what is really happening here is that your body is compensating. Your baseline energy has dropped. And so now it takes more effort for you to produce the same output. So you're maintaining a performance at a higher cost right now. It's like driving uphill with the wrong gear. The car is still moving, but the engine is straining. And you're getting the same results, but it's just costing you more. So I want to ask you this. What used to feel easy that now feels harder? Hey, listen, I appreciate you. And if you're watching this and something I've shared is resonating with you, I want to ask you to do 2 simple things. First, hit the like button because it tells YouTube that this conversation matters, so it can reach more women who feel stuck in their body, their energy, and their consistency and think that they are the problem. And second, subscribe, because on this channel, I'm going to talk about things that most people don't explain clearly. How to build strength without burning yourself out. How to lead your body instead of fighting it. And how to stop relying on willpower and start creating consistency that actually lasts, and how energy, identity, physiology quietly shape the life that you're living. So if you are someone who's tired of trying harder and ready to understand your body and yourself differently, then this channel is for you. So go ahead, like and subscribe. And now back to the video. Sign number 3. You're resting, but you're not recharging. You don't feel energized. You're sleeping, you're taking breaks, you're trying to slow down, but nothing actually restores your energy level. So what is really happening here? Your body is going through the motions of rest, but it is not entering deep recovery. So instead of recharging, you're maintaining yourself at a very low energy level. So it's like trying to refill a bucket that still has hole in it. You rest, but nothing actually fills back up. So you're resting, but you're not recharging. Think about this. Do you wake up feeling restored or just feel less tired? There's a real difference here. Comment below if you know exactly what I mean. Tell me more about this in the comment section. And number 4, and this is the most common one. You're exhausted, but you can't switch off. You feel tired, but when it's time to rest, your body won't let you. So what really happened here is your system is stuck on a high stress mode. Your body is fatigued, but your mind is still alert. So even when you stop, your body doesn't. What is really happening here? Your system is stuck in a high stress mode. Your body is fatigued, but your mind is still alert. So even when you stop, your body doesn't. So it's like your body's alarm system is still switched on. Even when nothing is wrong, it stays on guard. Your body is tired, but it doesn't know how to relax. So no amount of pushing fixes that. It only makes it louder. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you felt genuinely switched off? Not just being knocked out into sleep. Now, here's what most people don't realize. These are 4 different problems. One is a fuel issue, one is a capacity issue, one is recovery issue, one is regulation issue. So if you don't know which one you are dealing with, you keep using the wrong solution for the wrong problem. So most people respond like this. If they feel tired, they drink more coffee. They feel exhausted, so they push harder. They can't sleep, and so they scroll more. They burn out, so they take a short break. But none of this fixes the root cause. So high-functioning burnout isn't just one problem. It is a systematic problem, and you can't fix a system by guessing. So before I go further, let me tell you about someone who sat exactly where you're sitting right now. She was doing everything right, training consistently, eating well, sleeping on a schedule. From the outside, she had it together. But she was exhausted by the afternoon, crashing before dinner, and no energy left for the people that she loved most at night. So she thought the answer was to do more. She trained harder, become stricter, and pushing through. And then she came to my challenge. And on day 1, she had a realization. It wasn't her routine that was the problem. She wasn't doing too little. She was spending her energy in the wrong places. And she had been leaking energy in places that she had never even noticed. Mental load, emotional weight, and patterns she had normalized for years. So that one realization changed everything. Not more workout, not stricter diet, but finally understanding where her energy was actually going. And that is what this challenge is designed to do. Inside my Peak Performance Challenge, we do exactly what she did. We identify where your energy is actually leaking, not where you think it is, where it actually is. We map what your body specifically needs, not what the internet says, not what worked for someone else, what worked for you specifically. Women over 8 countries have done this. Women who were doing everything right and still fell off. Women who were tired of starting over. Women who were just needed someone to show them what they couldn't see. If you're done feeling high functioning but exhausted, I'd like to invite you to join my challenge. So the link is in the description. Your body is not your enemy. Every signal it is sending, the fatigue, the brain fog, the wired nights, the tired mornings, that is not betrayal. That is communication. Your body has been trying to get your attention. The moment you stop working against it, you start working with it, and everything changes. Imagine waking up with stable energy, thinking clearly, moving through your day without dragging yourself through it, not because you are forcing it, but because your body is finally working with you. And the next decade of your life is not fixed. It's not written. It is by design. And let me know which one of these signs that you're experiencing in this comment. Tell me more about this. Also, go ahead and watch these 2 videos if you haven't. And thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.